is good, my people, my peeps? Rise and shine. Well, I haven't been to sleep yet. I've been up on these internet streets, and I thought I would tap in with you all because I was doing a little ear hustling on TikTok, and they have some people that have actually went to see the video footage. That's right. You can submit your right for access to see the video footage at the school. The reason why it's not publicized is because you have to go to the school and view it. Now, once you submit your application to see the footage of what actually has taken place down in Texas with, this tragedy, which it is, you might change your mind. That's right. You might change your mind indeed, because I'm ear hustling tonight. And I thought I'd bring you guys in with me. What's good, Forever Studios? What are you doing up? Yeah, so let's listen in, because some ladies on the panel have put their, what is it called? I think it's I can't get the right name, but let's listen in. You can submit for information. We'll get the right name in a minute, but let's ear hustle tonight. Let's go.
Thing you have to do is just keep tapping.
Hey, I see you, sweetie. Welcome in. Thank you.
And we're trying to get Polo up there. This is a good conversation. Everybody's being respectful. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you for those follows and gifts, y'all. I really don't care about the gifts. Y'all can gift the panelists. Just make sure y'all tap the screen for me and click that follow button.
Because I thought I was going to get attacked when I first came on, and I tried to be nice.
You did a great job.
So we're ear hustling, guys. They're going to get to talking about the case again.
Texas, you're correct. You need to feel that you are
Here we go.
Imminent danger. Okay? Now, out of Hunter's own mouth, he let us know that they assaulted this kid already. That puts you in imminent danger just by the multiplying force, because it was more than one person. And even if you are thinking that it has to be proportionate, because usually people that say that come back with the proportionate. Let's look at math. If you have 3 of something, better yet, if you have 4 of something, and I only have 1, do we have a proportionate amount? Do we have an equal amount?
No.
So now, by the great laws of Texas, whatever force I use, all the way up until unaliving, I have the right to use. And it doesn't have to be proportionate. Actually, the law says that we in Texas have the right to protect our person and our property all the way up until unaliving. Now, I don't say this to justify anything, because this is a tragedy on both sides, but this is now not a moral fight. This is a legal fight. So by law and the penal codes, he literally had the right to protect himself if it was even only one person in the state of Texas. Let's look at it like that. That's the truth. It only had to be. He could have. Hold on a second. He could have did this legally even if it was one person, but there were 4. It was a 4v1.
Okay, if you're just coming in, this is breaking news. We have some ladies that have submitted the right for information. There's a Right for Information Act, and the reason why you have not seen the video on any news any channels worldwide is because you have to submit the Right for Information paperwork to the school district in order to go see the video footage. This is very crucial. I want you to understand that, because you have people out here guesstimating and hating, right? Which can start any type of racial war because it's adding to racial tension, because they made it seem like on some news channels that they had saw the footage, right? But let's listen in. We're ear hustling tonight, this morning, early morning, grand rising, to actual witnesses who submitted the Right for Information Act paperwork and went to the school. You can do so if you are willing to fly to Texas. Let's go.
Why is it reasonable for him to believe that his life is in danger if all they're trying to do is get him to move?
Okay, so first of all, you can't ask a question of, let me back up. Actually, you can't ask the question, right? Because you're your own person, you can ask whatever you like. But at the end of the day, you cannot say how this young man should have behaved, how he should have acted, how he should have handled this situation, right? Because you are not this young man, and nor were you in that situation.
Okay, well, what's going to happen in court? How do you go to court? Isn't someone else going to be determining what's really back on?
Well, I guess when they go
What's going to be determined when he go to court is whether or not what's going to be determined when he goes to court is whether or not the charge they tried to place upon this young man is relevant. Whether or not the charge they tried to place on this young man is going to stick. Now that's what's going to be determined when he goes to court.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, right?
So, Shadi, real fast, you asked the question, right? Why, if they were just trying to get him out of under this tent, right? Why was it reasonable for him to believe that he was in danger, correct?
Yep.
Right, okay, so let's look at the evidence, right? If they were just interested in asking him to leave or removing him from us, let me not even get that far. If they were just interested in asking him to leave, why did they not give him the opportunity to leave?
How do we know? Didn't they tell him to move?
No.
Make me move?
Yeah, let's recount what Hunter says, right? Hunter says we asked him to move. He started speaking reckless and getting aggressive. And then my brother steps in and tells him, you need to move. And then Austin grabs his backpack. This is verbatim what he says, right? So at what point, after Austin to move, at what point does Austin allow him to reconsider and say, you know what, you're right, let me get out of here? At what point does he do that?
Right, well, what? Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. I was thinking of something else while you were asking that question. Can you answer that question again?
Right, so when Hunter,
Oh my God, the art of listening.
Says, Austin steps in and tells him, you need to move. And then he grabs his backpack. At what point does he allow him to reconsider and just leave this tent?
So at what point did he really grab the backpack? Because
he grabbed the backpack immediately after telling him, you need to move.
Did he know? That's what Austin says, but maybe Austin's not telling the story exactly how it is.
So are you saying Hunter made a statement and now you're trying to say that he doesn't know what he was saying when he made the statement? Because that's what it sounds like.
They gonna fight for their life.
No, that's what you just said.
They gonna fight for their life.
Let me talk. I'll say what I say instead of you think what I'm saying. Let me say what I'm saying. I'm saying that the way he told it may not be the exact sequence of events that happened.
Okay. All right. So wait. So Hunter. So just tell me.
The brother that was there, now he don't know what he saw. Come on now. Come on, y'all. It's buffering right now. We are ear hustling like we like to do over here. And this is breaking news. You are allowed to submit your information, Right for Information Act paperwork to the school district in order to view the footage, okay? There has been several people that have submitted their paperwork. You get an email, the school will email you a date to go to the school and view the footage, okay? Now, from the majority of everyone who has gone to see this footage has told almost the same story, my people, my peeps. Now, this is what I'm getting as we've been ear hustling. Well, as I've been here hustling, and I have allowed y'all to join me.
If they were only interested in asking.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn this down really quick to give y'all an update.
Raised to the level of an assault.
Okay. So it wasn't just the brothers, okay? It was 4 people. The brother, Austin, Hunter, and 2 other guys. So they enter the tent. Karmelo is sitting down, okay? And there's basically a wall of young men hovering over Karmelo, okay? From the accounts of the witnesses who've submitted their Right for Information Act paperwork, I'm just relaying this message. They were standing over Karmelo. It was 4 young boys, not 2. And we also know that the 2 brothers weighed like 200 pounds apiece. So these are football players, okay? So there's 4 boys standing over Karmelo as he's sitting down. The interaction happened so fast that he didn't even stand up in the tent. He's sitting down, and they see Karmelo pushing back as if he's crawling back on his hands, okay? And he gets out of the tent, and the first time Karmelo is on his feet is once he gets out of the tent and stands up. So they're saying that the poke looks like it occurred because you remember Hunter said they did push Karmelo, and it looks like Karmelo jabbed up, and it sounds completely accurate because he jabs towards his torso of Austin and pushes back to exit the tent, not even on his feet, but on his hands, crawling backwards because there's a wall of 4 young men in front of him. Okay, let's continue.
What danger was presented when they assaulted him, it was reasonable for him to believe he was in danger of being assaulted by these young boys because he was assaulted.
Right, but to the extent to where he thinks deadly force is necessary. That's what I don't
Seek the truth.
4 people not enough?
I'm sorry.
Seek the truth. I got you. Give me 1 second here. I got you right here.
Here she goes. This is one of the ladies that went and saw the video. Hello, young Rizza. Welcome in. Welcome in. How you doing this morning?
My brother stepped in, they started getting, how we always just get his brothers just kind of my back. So I'm my back. I move on. I always say my son no matter what it is.
After your brother stepped up, what happened then?
He stepped up over there, asked him to move, got aggressive, grabbed the bag. He said, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. Also grabbed his backpack. Also grabbed his backpack. I know what my son told me.
That's the same thing we heard earlier.
They asked him to move, and when Austin grabbed his backpack to move, take it. Austin grabbed his backpack to move, take it.
I bet he's saying that he grabbed it back.
It's 225 pounds.
The host is kind of funny. He's repeating the eyewitness of Austin. Right. 4 guys, people. It was 4, not 2.
Who just let you know, quickly you heard what he said, right? His boys approached Karmelo and Austin grabbed his backpack. Let's go ahead and backtrack before that to Hunter's statement because that's who was speaking, right? So I don't think nobody else needs to ask these ridiculous questions
again because now they're backpedaling.
Maybe Austin forgot to say something or he missaid something. I believe they said what they meant. They said what happened. There you have it. I just played it for you.
Yeah, you definitely did. But I just want to ask one question. When they first arrested him, and then they let him go, and then a week later, whatever, I don't know how long later, then they indicted him. So there had to be more to the story. Is what confuses me. Is why they indicted him now, when after they let him go originally.
I'm gonna take it from the top for you.
Take it from the top, sister, please.
All the way down to speed. Oh yeah, Taste, I'm finna get him. So let me help you out with this.
No, you don't have to get me. I'm on your side. I'm not being like.
I'm not talking to you, Vinny.
Oh,
I'm talking to someone that was down in the comments, right? Trust me, if I'm speaking directly to you, I'll always address you by your name.
I hear you. Thank you, sweetie. I wasn't even in the
that way you know, so we don't have any miscommunications going on.
Of course,
Whoever I'm talking to, you'll know that I'm speaking directly to you. So we got a boy here.
Let's go.
You got Karmelo, a Centennial track athlete, right? Who was on site for an official competition, right? So it began to rain. Karmelo sought shelter under canopy, like everyone else that day, near the track, which was his right as a participating athlete. The father confirms Karmelo wearing a Centennial track uniform when he was approached by his sons. And that is also in an interview, okay? Hunter confirmed that it was still raining, right, when Karmelo was approached, also in an interview statement made by Hunter, right? So at the end of the day, you know, Hunter no, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. So at the end of the day, Hunter has already confirmed everything that you're sitting up here and, you know, you want to try and negate, right? Hunter also confirmed that Karmelo was sitting under a dark tent, right, at track. So let's not say we don't know where he was specifically. We don't know how it took place, where it took place. Yes, we do know. We know those boys came from up under their team tent. And to be specific, it was Austin's team tent at that point in time because Austin was the only one that was there that day to run track. Hunter was only supposed to come, set up those canopies, and he was supposed to go back home or go back to the school. So let's be real clear on that. Moving on. Hunter already confirmed that it was a dark tent, you know, that Karmelo was sitting under. And clearly, as you heard, he says, we asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless, right? He's talking about Karmelo, right? Let's follow. And so Austin stepped in and said, you need to move. Karmelo said, make me move. Austin grabbed his backpack, right? So Austin then reached for Karmelo's personal belongings, invading his personal space. That's not just interference, that's assault, trying to remove someone from a space they have a legal and logical right to be in, right? It's not just a choice, it's a crime. Yes, it is. Moving on. So, you know, Karmelo's shown to be, Karmelo's shown, you know, to be, is not just a choice is a crime. Okay, I just said that. Hang on a second. Give me a minute, please, and I'll be right with you. Okay, so
Who are you responding?
at the end of the day, I'm not talking to y'all. I have a life. So I have people over here. You don't need to worry about what I've got going on over here. You just worry about what's going on the TikTok, okay? All right. So at the end of the day, that's not just a choice, it's a crime, right? So Karmelo's shown saying calmly, touch me and see what happens. That wasn't antagonizing to these boys at all, considering they are the aggressors. They are the ones that approached him. It was a legal warning and a clear invocation, okay, for those that didn't understand, some of you, I said clear invocation, right, of his right to defend himself, understand your ground laws. Austin, while already arguing, made a threatening gesture while Hunter is still engaged because he didn't walk away. He didn't disengage from the situation. So this is still 2-on-1. It's not 1-on-1. It's 2-on-1. He never disengaged. Okay.
I just typed in how many boys were there.
In legal terms, this is the definition of a credible threat, right? To bodily harm, serious bodily harm. And even if Karmelo had a poker, the law makes room for that. Possession of a blade in a moment of self-defense is a minor offense overridden by the stand your ground doctrine. So this is about a young man, a young athlete trying to protect himself from being harmed, trying to protect himself from the violence that stood against him. In a moment where things escalated way too fast, the law is clear. Under Texas Penal Code, Section 9.31, individuals have the right to use force to protect themselves against all unlawful force in situation where a person is under threat. They have the right to stand their ground, I said stand their ground, and use the necessary force to defend themselves. Got it? Anything else?
You sound like a lawyer, I tell you.
Hold on real quick. I just wanna say this real quick. If you are touching somebody who has their hand in their bag and say, touch me and see what happens, and you think that shit is an invite, there's something wrong with you.
Very.
We all know that is not no damn invitation.
Yeah, but they're saying that he shouldn't.
Hold on.
Yeah, but I'm with you.
That means if you touch, your ass gonna see what happened. And as we see, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, listen, the law is clear.
I would like to say something else.
You just can't just hold on.
Yes, I have to drop your ass because you didn't know what hold on.
Can I say something real quick to that host?
The host is speaking.
So what you just said, host, do you think that, I just want to ask your opinion, do you think?
So as I was saying, it all starts in the home, right? You know, when you don't get disciplined and get your ass whooped, I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all, you go out there into the real world,
I can't ask them.
bully people, and okay. So you can request back up. Take some time. That's what I be saying. Y'all officer supporters, I'm opening up a daycare for y'all ass. y'all interrupting. Y'all don't know what keep your hands to yourself mean. Y'all don't know how to keep yourself. What is going on with y'all? Please apply to my daycare so we can get y'all together and teach y'all to keep your hands to yourself. Get an adult. We can give y'all time, snack time, time. You can get y'all that.
Maybach music.
What the hell is going on? I'm talking. Why are y'all being disrespectful and trying to talk over me? I'm gonna get to you. You're gonna get your chance to speak. Now, we at 68. We should be at 70K by now, y'all. Please continue to tap that screen. Please give my panelists and share the live.
We're ear hustling, guys.
I appreciate y'all so much.
I hope I didn't miss the panelists that were on here talking about the video.
If y'all would hit that share button and literally share this to your day, where it says add to story, hit the share button and then click add to story.
All right, go ahead, Shotty.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to overtalk you, bro. I was trying to respond to what you were saying. So you don't think, touch me and see what happens, you think, wouldn't you say that could be interpreted as a warning and a threat, depending on how the person interprets it?
Yeah, I mean,
depending on how the person interprets it.
Yeah, I'm asking.
No. Oh, well, let me be quiet. Let you and the host talk about that.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead, Shotty.
Don't you think that could be interpreted as a threat as well as a warning, depending on who's listening to it?
I mean, if somebody already, already assaulted them and they say that, no, it cannot be a threat. It could be a warning.
What about before? Because nobody assaulted anybody before he said that, right? Before he said, make that move.
It already was a physical move on him.
See that? And
Yes, there were threatening gestures already taking place. There were assault already taking place the very moment you grab this young man's bag and you're trying to pull it out of his arms. Not to mention, they should really be as so lucky because technically that's strong arm robbery. You can't be charged with that in the state of Texas, and that's a felony.
That's not robbery, but that's another debate though.
Taking somebody's items is
something that belongs to you.
taking somebody's items is robbery.
Taking your stuff from you. I'm trying to take it from you. I'm trying to rob you.
Oh my God, they gonna have every excuse under the book.
Maintain control of it through threats or force. That's not like you didn't rob them. Like let's be real.
No, that is real. If you take somebody's exactly,
you're trying to justify the fact that they were making threatening gestures.
They snatched his item first. They snatched Karmelo's book bag first, and she made a clear gave a clear example that in Texas is robbery, and they can get charged for robbery. You can't take somebody's items and say, I'm not robbing you.
But honestly, bro, I lost my train of thought.
I know you did, brother, because she on your tail. Yeah, she on your tail.
You derailed the whole conversation for like 5 minutes, so I forgot a lot.
No, I derailed your entire train of thought because you were coming to spew some stupidity.
No, I mean, me and Seek Truth were having a back and forth, and you kind of came in and just derailed everything, so but it's okay. But,
and another thing, within all the subpoenas,
and there you go about derail again.
All the subpoenas issued, I just want to say, just to be clear, because I want to read it so that y'all can really understand it. With all the subpoenas that was issued, the 4 subpoenas seeks for Frisco ISD to turn over a copy of all emails sent to the following coaches in regards to Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf: Jackson J.E., Ballard B., Ruiz L., Nugent D., Baxter T., Duke Austin, specifically an email sent to the aforementioned coaches in October 20 of 24 by a Memorial High School cheerleader complaining about Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf harassing and threatening Memorial High School cheerleaders at a Cane's restaurant.
It was reported earlier that these young men were bullies. But that was derailed early in the case.
Walk in, Cane's messing with people. Leave people to fuck.
Girls.
I want to welcome in Ty. What you think about the topic?
Y'all good?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah. So like, I do agree that it can be classified as robbery. They did this into maintaining or obtain control of this property. That's absolutely true. I am kind of in the gray area though, because it can get kind of tricky. Just because with the stadium being owned by the school and it being within 1,000 feet of a middle school, it can get kind of tricky because he technically can't claim self-defense because he was already committing the crime. So.
You said, so hold on, what? He can't claim self-defense because what?
He was committing a crime.
What crime?
Having I don't know if I can say the word, a WEAPON, within 1,000 feet of a school.
Did he
have a location restricted poker within 1,000 feet of a school?
So a location restricted, that's just under 5.5 acres, and that'll just be.
That's my question.
Right.
I'm
gonna let her say something first.
Location restricted poker within 1,000 feet of the school?
They haven't been proven who it was yet. So
Actually, it has been.
Let me finish. Actually, the fact that he did not get a charge for having a location restricted weapon that he used in the poking, and the fact that he didn't get charged with that, and that would have been put into the police report.
Exactly.
It would have stated that, and then that would have been a descriptor of that. And he would have been expelled from school.
Exactly.
And he just graduated.
So at the end of the day,
this might be a case of the century.
So at the end of the day, with the question that TY is trying to ask, first and foremost, Nino, you're absolutely correct, right? Because if the poker belonged to him, then he would have definitely got that stacking charge, right? And it would be another charge in this case that he's being charged with, but he did not get that. Gee, I wonder why. Having said that, we keep talking about a poker, and he can't bring it on school grounds. It was a stadium. Let's be clear on that. And again, policy for a school, policy for a stadium is never going to trump law. Having said that, you better go back and do some reading, because there's an officer that does say that it was a Swiss and it was not more than 3 inches.
Oh,
so
I was waiting to say
that is considered under Texas law to be
that's
school,
lawful.
not a poker.
Every Boy Scout carries one of those. Every Boy Scout in Texas. I told y'all that before. when this first broke, but I kept quiet. I kept quiet because I wanted more to come out.
And it was under 5.
Under 5. It didn't even pierce Hunter's heart. Hunter would, Austin, my bad. Exactly, sister. Every Boy Scout has one of those, okay? It's like one of those Swiss Army knives type things where it has all the little tools on it. Now, what they also are not telling you guys is that Austin was on fentanyl, okay? The poker, which was like a little Swiss Army knife that all little boys have, in Boy Scouts, didn't even pierce Hunter's heart. Why do I keep saying Hunter? Austin's heart. It did not pierce Austin's heart. Austin had fentanyl in his system. This is going to be a case that's going to be pissing some people off. Okay? I'm going to let you guys listen to Charleston White, who is located in Texas. He submitted his paperwork for the Right for Information Act. He got scheduled his opportunity to go see the video.
The fact that
He
were students,
he has retracted his statement.
They had every right to be, if they were of the district, they could have been from any other school that wasn't even participating. They're all students of this district, and they have a right to be there. And if it's raining, they have the right to utilize anything that gives them coverage, even the tent that is painted with other school names on them. You have the right to be protected from lightning and even rain.
Exactly, and they was buzzed there. They was buzzed there. All of them was buzzed there. Karmelo was buzzed there. His car was left at the his school, which is San Antonio High School. So he was buzzed there. So these people, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, we still got people on the Austin side saying that Karmelo wasn't even supposed to be there, that he was suspended, and this, that, and the third.
We'll see if he's toast when you have Austin having fentanyl in his system, sir. He didn't die from the poker. He died because his heart gave out on him because he had illegal substances in his body.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't ever be in their business, and they always be over here in our business. That's the real problem. So I think we should just open up their business, because that's gonna shut them the fuck up. That's what's really gonna happen. But my thing is this, right?
Have y'all submitted your paperwork to go see the video? Don't believe anything until you go see the video.
When the mama came out
and understand the autopsy report.
The school was letting everybody
the poker didn't poke his heart. Fentanyl was in Austin's system.
Karmelo, and you got some people that say, "Hey, I'm biased. I'm not biased to the situation."
Obviously, you care because you over here typing. So obviously, you care. Okay.
And he was 4 boys that surrounded him. So
4 boys.
You got people that have been on their side, like London as went on the same day that some of
yes, I do agree that it's thuggish behavior for Austin, Hunter, and 2 more boys to surround Karmelo while he was sitting down. Very thuggish behavior, indeed.
Justice for Karmelo. And if y'all like Karmelo, it's 64 people in here. Put blue hearts in the chat for me. Thank you, because free Karmelo. And they never want to talk about how Austin assaulted Karmelo first. Like, come on, in what world is we living in? They do not post lives and say, "Hey, we need to teach our children so they
keep their hands to their own body."
That we need to teach our children that they need to keep their hands to themselves. We need to teach our children to mind their own business and go get an adult. Why they're not holding lives like that?
That's exactly why I got a daycare opening up for all the Austin supporters who think they ass and just touch people.
Oh, well, we're going to see. Go on, put your, you need to go see. Go put your application in. Go on, if you're wherever you're at, if you're out of state, book you a ticket, fly on down to the school, and you can view the video for yourself and see 4 thugs standing over Karmelo as he's sitting down, being assaulted.
I forgot you was down there because you've been on mute this whole time.
Okay.
Anything you want to say?
Well, only that this young man is innocent. I do believe.
Oh, but now if it was self-defense, it is what it is. Y'all were hollering, it ain't self-defense. It ain't self-defense. Oh, but y'all didn't know your guy had fentanyl in his heart, pumping around his system, right? If it's self-defense, that it is what it is now, huh? Come on, y'all. Y'all quick to put a black person in jail, quick as hell.
3 things that I take away from the video that I saw. One was
this is an eyewitness. Listen up.
Hunter lied. Hunter absolutely lied. He said they came in, him, his brother, and 2 other friends, walked in and sat down. They never sat down. They never sat down. So, the other thing is, Hunter did not say that Mello was being pursued. So, they were chasing him. So, Hunter didn't disclose those things. Hunter said he was by his brother. Now that's something that I can't verify. But those were a couple of things that made me think that Hunter is more of a
Liar.
One of 3 that we should be talking about right now.
He should be charged in his brother's murder.
So there you go.
Since y'all want to call Karmelo a murderer, Hunter should be charged, and those other 2 boys should be charged.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I agree with Sierra on that, because this situation is about 4 children, right? So instead of holding one child accountable, we need to be looking at the entire situation,
I just said it.
all the facts, right?
Come on.
We can't look at one side and not look at the other in this. And I think that that's the sadness that at this point in time is what they are doing, right? Because just as well, if you charge one child for an altercation that happened, you should have charged them all, because at the end of the day, they were all in the wrong, right? It wasn't just Karmelo. You want to look at it from that point of view.
It
So I
wasn't.
agree with you on that.
And they need to ask Hunter, where did the fentanyl come from? Where the fentanyl that killed your brother come from? Because that's what killed your brother. Not no little army Swiss knife that Boy Scouts carry that he didn't even get charged for having.
Because I always thought it was 3, but I mean Karmelo.
It was 4.
And the 2 brothers. Where is this 4th child coming from?
There are several people that's going to look at this video, and each one of them that I've heard from does confirm it to be 4 people.
Are you talking about the 4 people that's around him?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to know. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
You talk about
not to mention is
he said that after they snatched his bag and he got it back, they assaulted him, robbed him by snatching his property. He got it back, and they further told him to move, and he said, "See what happens if you touch me." And he saw what happened.
And she went up on the panel
with all that adrenaline pumping through his system.
And so when she asked
that
the question,
fentanyl took him out.
Asking him why, were all these kids surrounding Karmelo, specifically the 4 children, right? And why was, PJ there but hadn't been charged? He slipped up and said, well, 2 of the kids were my sons, and the other 2 kids that were there had not been charged because they are not a part of this case. His words exactly, and that's coming from Jeff Metcalf, the father.
Sierra, you gotta come. Coco asking you. It says, Sierra, were you pro Karmelo before you watched the video? Or you always been Karmelo?
I've always been Karmelo, but when I did go to see the video, I left Karmelo and I left the Metcalfs at the door. I was seeking truth. I was also seeking to see what we can do as adults, mothers, fathers, grandchildren, grandparents, or whatever you may be, to see what we can do about bullying.
No, we are over on TikTok ear hustling with people who have put their right to Information Act in effect and submitted it to the school to see the video. Anyone can do that. You will get an email and a date to go to the school in person to view the video.
And it was just wrong.
I wanna y'all. I'm sorry, Sierra, for cutting you off.
That's okay. I'm gonna go on mute.
But I just want to take this time, y'all, real quick to tell y'all my experience with Jeff because I was on the first live. Okay, so when I first joined the live, I asked my first question to Jeff was, "What do you have to say about people pocket watching Karmelo family?" Right? Because the shit that he was saying,
they were mad because a black family, wealthy family with a little money in the neighborhood, pocket watching. Pocket watching. Not the money from no GoFundMe. Money from daddy going to work because mama was a housewife.
If you want to donate to somebody because of the color of their skin, then that's on you.
And you deserve life in prison too, sir, for just saying that, not knowing the case.
That's donating to Karmelo. And he said no. So that just lets you know that he lied about him saying he did not care, right?
You deserve life in prison. How about that?
That was even on his side.
Y'all quick to throw somebody in jail that don't need suntan, huh?
I thought that was real disrespectful for him saying that, and then him saying the N-word, that was real disrespectful.
Well, there you have it. I know like father, like son.
Speaking bad about his kids, but what he could have done was, said something else than what he said, a racial slur that it mean a lot to a lot of BLK people. So he got off that live, and he went to another live, and got on and fake apologized. Right. The reason Jeff stayed on these lives for that long.
He been ripping and running up and down TikTok street. Austin's daddy been on TikTok jumping on people's live streams, cussing folk out, calling black folks the N-word.
They got people that's local, that got pizzeria shops and shit donating to them, and they just got y'all ass off TikTok. You got to find him saying the N-word the next day, saying that it was okay to use it, and they would have said worse shit. I'm very disappointed in y'all. And you know who I'm talking about. If you was the one who said worse shit, I'm disappointed in you. And you will not be attending this barbecue. All the opposite supporters, matter of fact, will not be attending this barbecue. Y'all don't know what keep your hands to the door. Y'all don't, we ain't got to worry about kicking nobody from under the canopy because we know we are real people and we know why they want to be under that canopy to be protected.
I'm not addressing any more trolls. I've given you your time.
Well, the policy book also states that they have an obligation to the students when it's inclement weather.
That's right.
So only 3 tents were set up.
They never got the GoFundMe. I said I wasn't even going to address your crazy behind. They never got the GoFundMe money. They locked it down.
Carmelo under that
You
tent
know?
that didn't go to that particular school. However, people are acting like it was Hunter and Melo's name on the tent and bleachers. That's not how this works. You can't make a public place private.
Right.
You can't.
Exactly. And that's what I keep saying. And it definitely do.
And you know what? That's why SN not to even interrupt you, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all gotta understand that these tents was not on the player side. These tents was on the visitor side.
Another crucial hint.
On the visitor side, it was supposed
Look
to be
at here.
tents. At that moment, it was raining so bad, and it was about to get bad. Whether they only was able to put up 3 tents. So imagine if all the people that was waiting, they just ran up under all 3 of those tents.
And you know what? The tents were not supposed to be erected on the bleachers. That's according to policy.
You guys don't realize that those, and this was in the beginning, they used that for coverage. And I've put at my daughter's school, I've seen them up in the bleachers. Now, not during, you know what, actually I have seen them up there in football too, but especially when there is rain, like I've seen them up there near the band, where the band is. So this is common, and this is track. We need to remember the sides part is really more for the spectators. And even then, you sit wherever you want. It's track, because
It's
you're
track
going
and
to sit
field.
the closest
I
to
said
your
that in my
child's
first
activity.
video I did. It's not football.
Okay? Again,
You
this is
ain't
track.
sitting on.
This is not football.
Thank you.
Or
Come on.
anything like that. It's track. The activities are going on all over the place. You may catch a tent placed on the field over here. You may catch a tent over here. And the tents are owned by the ISD district. The tents are part of the supplies that are always at that field. And they use them for many of things. They'll use them to put them up to sell things under. They'll use them to put them up on the bleachers so the kids could sit under them. They'll use them for pep rallies. They use them for a multitude of things. They'll use them outside of the football game, selling stuff, and it can have another one of the school's district names on it. They're just canopies that they utilize for whatever they want, but it is their school district, and these are the schools that they're celebrating. So they cover the tents with all of the schools' names. Exactly. But they use them for all of the school's needs.
And you know what?
Because all of the schools are part of the same
School district.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest, Nina, and I'm gonna just say this, right? I just don't like, especially when you go into their rooms, when they feel that Black men don't have the right to protect themselves after they have been assaulted, right? I got a problem with that. And that's my biggest pet peeve, is to make sure that Black men know that you don't have to docile when someone assaults you. You have the right to stand your ground, and you should stand your ground due to the fact that, listen, nobody's supposed to approach you physically or remove you physically against your will. You have that right. So Black men, do not turn the other cheek. Stand your ground, because they stand their ground every time. And they think that they are entitled. They could do what they want to do to us. And we just starting to turn the other cheek and not paying them no attention. Don't pay them some attention. Belt the ass. Exactly what happened in this situation. Sorry, Austin, but you're the real reason that you unalive today, because you created it. You assaulted that young man.
I just want to say that.
Hold on real quick. I'm gonna introduce you. But I just want to say this real quick, y'all. It does start at home. It definitely does. And we know for a fact that they got a broken home, right? You got kids walking around.
The mom was scared of the daddy. Why they trying to say the dad is, a good daddy? He was there. He had a restraining order against him. Stay away from the mom.
This is how they're going to go in the
for
real
domestic
world.
violence.
Playing your kids, they're going to go in the real world thinking that they can do exactly what they do to your ass. You got
And if they
breaking his
mentioned
dad
that
arm.
Austin break, I was just about to say it, host.
You got Hunter telling his mom to be quiet on live TV.
Did y'all know Austin broke his dad's arm?
Yelling at him, telling him to get out. No, that's not how shit works. It's not. So I hope that people are teaching their kids to keep their hands to themselves and not to get an adult. And I do want to introduce Faith into the panel. Welcome in. What's your thoughts on the case?
Thanks for having me. I just want to say that I'm very hopeful as far as Karmelo and his case, because honestly, I feel like this case was mishandled from the beginning. From the minute that they let Hunter leave the crime scene to go back home and change his clothes and do all these interviews.
Where they do that at? Where they do that at?
The other witnesses
not in the black community. You going straight to the interview room. Change your clothes.
That should have been done. So even if they do decide to plead him guilty, I'm very hopeful that he can still come back and appeal the case. Hopefully we don't have to go that far. But yeah, that's my opinion. My opinion is that this case was badly mishandled. And I think they maybe thought they wouldn't be getting this much attention. But here we are.
So while they're on pause, guys.
Okay, I have a question for you.
So y'all have heard a couple of people who have gone to see the actual video. You are able to see the video if you submit the right for Fair Information Act. You are able to go see the video. The school will send you an email. You have to be very diligent about checking your emails because they seem to be getting a lot of inquiries to come see the video. They will set up a time and date for you to go view the video, but if you miss it, you will have to resubmit for your opportunity to go see the video for yourself so that you will not have to hear hearsay or feel that you are hearing hearsay. But for the ratio of people that have gone to see the video, there were 4 actual assailants that that stood over Karmelo, not just the 2 brothers. It is being noted that there were 4 young men hovering over Karmelo. They stole Karmelo's bag because they snatched it from Karmelo, his backpack, which is robbery. You cannot take someone's items from them and not consider it to be robbery. Okay? So they got the when Karmelo got the backpack, he said, touch me again and see what happens. Okay? He's doing this and talking Karmelo as he's sitting down, and these 4 boys, 2 brothers we know weighing 200 pounds apiece. Karmelo is a track star as well as a football star, but obviously he might be the quarterback because he was thin. Okay, nowhere to compare to the brothers, the 2 brothers. But now that we know that it was 4 young men from the reports of the eyewitnesses who have gone to see the video. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to go down my archives because Charleston White, who is very known for speaking his mind out here on the internet streets, was against Karmelo. He was very much adamant that Karmelo needed to go to jail. Okay. Charleston White he submitted his paperwork and he went down to view the tapes, and he has retracted all of his statements regarding Karmelo once he has viewed the tapes. So what I'm doing, if I can't locate it, I might have to look it up again. So this is what we're getting ready to listen to. It's Charleston White and what he says he saw and how he feels now after he has gone and witnessed the video of the track meet and the tragedy. He also states that Austin had fentanyl, whatever the drug is, in his body. He did not die from a poke to the heart because the knife, the little army knife, was like the little ones that the Boy Scouts carry. And Karmelo was not charged for that because it was legal here in Texas. Okay? So, my goodness, I have so many. So let me go. I'm going to go up to the top and see if I can pull this up because I'm not pulling it up like this. So y'all stay with me really quick so that we can get this.
Instead of sleeping again. It's okay.
I know, right? Okay, hold on. Charleston White and his thoughts on the Karmelo videos. Let's see if we can pull it up this way. So this is.
Yeah, you see the
okay, so let's go to this one.
Now let's stop right there, boys and girls. Stop right there. They had me to believe, based on Sarah and all my Republican friends and the white media, and even some black people, they had me to believe that Karmelo Anthony woke up that morning and took a knife to school with the intention of defending himself from a bullet. If that was the case, he's dead wrong, and that's what I believe. So I was adamant about, no, he took a knife to school. That's premeditated. You cannot be in fear and in danger and not tell nobody and take a weapon with the anticipation of hurting. You can't do that. You surely can't do it to the school. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons how you can prove he didn't bring a knife to school. They didn't charge him with a weapon. They would have stacked those charges on him had he brought the knife to school. And the police did not charge him with having a weapon on school grounds, which is a federal law and a state law. They would stack that on top of the murder rather than enhancing the charges. Come on, Sarah, I went to Texas Western now. Dr. Greg Goudion and Dr. Lennon. I made the dean's list now. This is documented. I made the dean's list. And I was going to law school before I started my youth organization, creating youth programs and curriculums to help teach inside the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. And by the way, Sarah, I used to also teach and train the United States Department of Homeland Security Human Trafficking Division at Eastfield Police Training Academy by way of Special Agent Keith Owens, who now is an adjunct professor at UTA. I used to teach that for the Homeland Security. It's all about me, but it's not about me. It's not about me, Sarah. It's not about me. So listen to me. So they didn't charge him with the weapon. So the gorilla in the line has scared this sheep. He's looking at the baboon for help. The baboon is afraid of these guys. All the monkeys and all the animals in this jungle is afraid of this silverback gorilla in this line. You know why? Because they are experts in trained jiu-jitsu. They come to school high on fentanyl. This is white people's George Floyd, by the way. Austin Metcalf is white people's George Floyd. He really died of a fentanyl overdose because the autopsy said he had fentanyl in the system. Steroid use. He was just cycling off because he's off of football, but during football season, Austin is steroid nut buddies. His dad said they excelled in every sport. So with their physical abilities and capabilities and strength, based on what they teach you in the license to carry classes, the CATL gun classes, anybody bigger than you can boom, 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 boom. Body size is a form of a weapon under the law. They were two extremely big guys who were, and they go in the bedroom with your sister and you're in there. They're two bigger guys who are trained and skilled in mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu that can severely hurt you and kill you. steroids, fentanyl, anger issues, abusive dad. You bring that trauma to school with you. You take it out on the football field, but you have a reputation of bullying people from, I think, about the 4th grade. These Austin twin brothers. So you can't just fight one. You have to fight 2. That's why this is a package deal. So 2 men approach you, bigger in size. You need to tell them you don't have the right to defend yourself. This is the George Floyd. The autopsy said he has fentanyl in the system.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
So another lie that they said, he brought the knife to school. He didn't have a knife. He had a Boy Scouts. He had a Boy Scouts aid tool. But what's on that tool? They have 12 different components. You lift this one up, it may be a bottle opener. You lift this one up, it may be a screwdriver. And they're about this small. They're smaller than 3 inches. It was so small, you don't even see it when they take the picture next to the body because it laid next to the body, right by the backpack. Samurai videos. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do due diligence works like this. Oh, they didn't know a nigga can do due diligence. I went to Texas Western. They taught me how to research. They taught me how to go into the library database and pull up other articles and things like that and go get the court pay. I know how to do what you do, Sarah. I just play an ignorant nigga online because it pays much more than what you make. I get $10,000 niggas, so I pay a crazy nigga online. Then I come offline and be a great dad. See, my daughter just walked by right there. So my daughter just graduated high school last year. She's waiting to go to college. So while she's waiting to go to college, I put her in Paul Mitchell Beauty School. She just graduated that the other day. So while she waits to go to college. But listen to me, right? Now let's stop right there, boys and girls. Stop right there. They had me to believe, based on Sarah and all my Republican friends, and the white media, and even some black people, they had me to believe that Karmelo.
Okay, so that's repeating itself. That's repeating itself. We can go to, look like he's getting interviewed on a podcast.
With the intention of
stabbed to death by Karmelo Anthony.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the family.
This is when he
make this a race issue, and this is a right or wrong issue.
Okay. So no, real quick, I like where you're going on this because I'm not even trying to race bait or anything. People are making this about black and white. You see.
Okay. So what we're getting right here is this is the thoughts of Charleston White before he went to view the video and start investigating and pulling up documents and requesting information, which you can do on your own as well with the Freedom of Information Act. Let's continue. So this is how he felt before. Let's hear. We're ear hustling tonight.
They're trying to make this kind of like a Trayvon
this morning.
Martin kind of, they're talking about it, but where do you
live? Trayvon Martin was an angry black kid that had to be sent to his father because he lacked discipline, grew up in a home with his single mother. Any well-behaved kid with manners that had respect of adults, once George Zimmerman approached him, whether he's right or wrong, as a child, this is an adult. You get off the phone with that fat-ass girlfriend you trying to fuck, you call your dad and say, hey, Dad, it's an adult around here to just stop me. He says he's calling the police. Rather than doing that, he had an attitude because as young black males in this country, we have an authority problem because we walk around angry, displaced from our father's issues, but we resent our mothers. So we're a ticking time bomb. In Trayvon.
So he talking about Trayvon Martin comparing all black boys to having an issue, not even knowing the facts. But as you just heard, he has redacted his previous statements. If you don't know who we're talking about Charleston White. So
this is white people's George Floyd.
Let me see what he's saying here. Hold on.
Austin Metcalf is
right here.
I had to stay and play Mr. Community Activist Group. So because of my Say Cheese TV interview, that video the video of Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf's incident is going to be released to the public. Nobody there really been advocating for the Karmelo Anthony family. There are a lot of details that are going to prove this kid is innocent all the way around. So I had so he gonna be alright. So man, so I used to partner and work with him
criminal defense mitigation specialist. And by this criminal defense mitigation specialist coming in, she has the ability and the power to interview both sides. And what the adults are overlooking, and what I find so ironic, you can't find no children nowhere speaking about it. You know why? They have been prohibited to speak, and they're silent. Because they speak, this kid case is up tomorrow. So we have to bring in some very important people. Some very important people. Highly respected in Collin County. Man, he needs some people that's from there, that know there. So man, so I had to not only that, I got him because he's on house arrest. I got one of the best boxing programs in Fort Worth, Texas. And Fort Worth is known as boxing. Shout out to Trent Road. So I went and got one of the best boxing programs that I pay weekly to go out there 2 times a week so he can train, self-defense training, get this out your head. And he's studying law. So I sent him books. I gave him the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, which talks about the situation he's in. School to prison pipeline. He's trapped in it. So I gave him this book to read. He's reading it like a motherfucker. I told him another book to read. One of my mentors, Dr. Miles Monroe, Understanding the Power and Purpose of a Man That Puts You to the Start Line, Young brother. And he's so receptive. So, nah, man. They trying to pull me back into this shit. But I'm saying, man, just let me keep playing funny, man. Let me keep playing funny, man. I don't want the burden of Karen. So let me keep playing funny, man. And whenever y'all need me, I use my platform to point and shine the light over her, like I did with this situation. Man, y'all, boy, if I can just read to y'all things that this young man sent me. His father.
Oh Lord, come on, battery.
Yeah, man. And what's so fucked up about it? All the black people that was in him told him, man, don't do nothing with Charleston. That's what made him want to do something. Because he already researched me. He knows for a fact what I do. So.
And let me pause real quick. If y'all don't know Charleston White, he played crazy. He just had a fight with one of the Island Boys and won. He be wilding on all social media streets. Okay. But if you know his history, they said he was a snitch. He don't work with the popo. He ain't lying when he say he worked for the system. He worked and he did work with boys. And all of that. So what he's saying, he ain't lying because I've researched him before. Okay, so let's go.
I got a message, and this is what let me know God is involved in this. I could have been in London with Drake and met everybody, but the connection couldn't have been made. So we finally get the connection. It said, hey, if I can help Karmelo, I'll do it pro bono.
Pro bono, because he's seen the tapes.
I tried reaching out to one of his attorneys, but never heard back, and he doesn't have that attorney anymore. I don't think it's in Tucker's court. They know the judge out here. So that's a good spot to be in. Heard your interview about him a bit, and I could hear in your voice you want to help. And you know my spirit hasn't changed. Love you. So, we've been trying to make contact since the beginning of the case. And this is very imperative to all parties involved. So Karmelo, he said, good morning, Mr. Charleston. This is Karmelo Anderson. I just want to thank you for everything you have done in such a short time. I really appreciate it. Good afternoon, Mr. Charleston. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to thank you for these videos and your support. Also, thank you for that talk yesterday. It really lifted my spirits in all this. I said, keep being strong and keep believing. He said, yes, sir, I will. Thank you. Came back and said, I hope that you and your family are staying safe. I really appreciate these words. I tell him we are. I have a praying mother, so I have a strong belief in God. He says, I understand that. I've been praying over you and your family.
thanking God for blessing me with you coming into my life and being one of the mentors supporting me. This kid is in a horrible situation. Thank you, and having concern for other people.
It's empathy, baby. That's what they call empathy, baby.
Very memorable kid. Good afternoon, Mr. Charleston. I've been reading the new Jim Crow, and it is really a good read. I thank you for recommending it. After all of this, I've been planning on becoming a criminal lawyer since my freshman year of high school. So it really helps my understanding on the law.
He gonna be a lawyer, I declared today. Karmelo, you gonna be a lawyer. You gonna be an outstanding lawyer. They gonna be searching for your high and low, Karmelo. Ha! This is just, I told you it was a Moses case. Oh, we gonna finish this video tomorrow. I told you, I said they put several folks in jail. Even the one you know is Jesus. Come on now.
We made the connection. Only if you can hear the release. His father, man, it's a good family. So I got the boxing program going out there.
Okay, so it's starting over. If you could see the demeanor, because I see folks for who they are. I body language is a mug, eyes and all. If you could see the demeanor of Charleston White, oh yeah, you could tell he regrets being on that talk show talking noise and not knowing what was going on. You could see it. You could see the regret. And so now he all up in the mix. And but you know, this is just Karmelo's just road to greatness. I did a video when this first came out, when this case first broke, and I looked into that little boy's eyes, and I didn't see not one murderer. No, not at all. I didn't see a murderer. I seen a scared little boy. You know, when they see our little ones, our teenagers as grown as men, right from the gate, I seen a little boy. And I heard and I read about all of his accomplishments and achievements, and they will not go to the wayside. I declared and decreed to this day, Karmelo Anthony will be one of the sought after, high profile lawyers. Whatever he may go through, he's going to come out of it a victor. A victor. And not only will his fellow brothers and sisters of his own kind, of his own bloodline, seek out for help, but the Gentiles will witness not a George Floyd moment. Oh, no, no, no. They will also witness the triumphant victory this young man is going to go through and come out of. And they also will seek out Karmelo Anthony. Remember that name, for you will not remember it associated as a murderer. You will not remember his name as a thug. You're going to remember his name because people will seek out his help, for they're going to know his struggle that he is going through right now, that is going to help him in his future to come. I wanted to let you all hustle and hear from eyewitnesses who submitted their right to Informations Act. They went down, they viewed the video, white and black alike, and they have stated this is an unfair case. I hope you all have a great day. I'm out, and much love.